Guess who got brands talking? Brandlive.co.za.
Hello South Africa, my name is Tiens Prinsloo, also known as Prince, just for those people who struggle to pronounce Tiens. I'm 37 years young and an actuary by profession. Some of my hobbies include poker, chess, magic, gym, park runs, pool, and basically anything fun and adventurous. I try and keep my days filled with fun things to do and live my life fully. I've entered Mr. South Africa because I believe Mr. South Africa is a platform for someone to make a difference and have a voice. Mr. South Africa should be a role model to all the men of South Africa by firstly leading by example with integrity and class without being too serious, and secondly to be accessible to the public and to help where possible. Some of my passions include to stand up against violence and abuse against children, women and animals, as well as education for our youth, because ultimately they are our future. If they have homes and they have education, then we have big places to go. I'm also very happy to be on this journey with about 50 other men from South Africa, and that is also part of the fun of making friends and connections and growing together in this Mr. South Africa journey. The new leadership for the Mr. South Africa competition has also taken the competition to new heights, and I'm already excited to be part of this new generation of Mr. South Africa, where we have definitely lifted the bar. So follow us on Facebook and be part of our journey to find your next Mr. South Africa. Lekker dag, heerlijke naweek vir almal. Ciao.
All right, it's a Friday, and guess what? Time for the the fashion blueprint. It's Friday today. Everyone is in a good mood. There's nothing like a Friday. We've all been tense and going through a lot of things, but Friday lifts the spirits up. We're all going into the weekend, and today, as you know, I do not fly alone. I'm with my beautiful wife, Vanya.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Fashion Blueprint. It's a Friday. We're excited. We've got great studio guests. Very excited to have the Mr. SA contestants. Welcome, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And as you know, the Mr. SA contestants are led by the international man of style himself, Ashraf. We had such a good interview with him last week. We loved your energy, and we thought, let's bring him back. So welcome back, my brother.
Thank you, Tando.
How has your week been so far?
My week's been hectic, but I'm enjoying it. And it's Friday, so obviously we're going to have the most amount of fun we can have. We're in studio. I've got my friends here and my brothers here. We've got our brotherhood here from Mr. South Africa, and we're just here to have fun and just talk about what Mr. South Africa is and why we're in it.
Fantastic. So we've got Ntsikelelo, we've got Tians, and we've got Waldo here. Hi, guys.
Hi, very nice to meet you guys, eh?
For sure. Good looking guys. Obviously they have to be good looking, but bright guys, positive vibe. I mean, I've met them just a few minutes ago, and I'm just loving the vibe. I'm just loving the energy. I think Mr. SA is a wonderful platform for young men to be able to express themselves. And so just tell us a little more about the SA pageant in general, Ashraf.
So basically, the Mr. SA pageant is an opportunity for young men to basically start out something or somewhere in life who've been journeying through life and want to make it big. And that's what it is. That's what Mr. SA is. And Mr. SA gives any person at any age group or any age level the opportunity to make it big, be it in modeling, be it in the fashion industry, be it in the business industry, and how we connect them to making something of their lives. And
Let me just ask, how do you, if somebody's sitting out there and thinking, I'd love to be a part of Mr. SA, how do you get in touch with the pageant? Where are the auditions? And how old is the competition?
So
how did these guys get to be here?
Well, the question of how did they get to be here? Well, that's about hard work, nothing else. You got to put the effort. It's not just about a beauty pageant. Beauty pageants, everybody look at Mrs. SA, Miss South Africa, Mrs. SA, and they see these beautiful ladies or beautiful gents standing up there, and they think, they just got there because they look pretty. But it's not about that, Fanya. It's all about how you can walk, how you can talk, how you can carry yourself, how would you educate someone or change their mindset, move them from point A to point B, and how you can actually be someone or matter to something in your country or someone to look up to.
I love what you said about how you can impact somebody else's life and change the viewpoint. Now, like for instance, Tians, what are you hoping to achieve on this platform? Why did you enter Miss South Africa?
So yeah, thank you for the question, Vanya. So
Sure.
I'd like to make a difference. You know, I feel Mr. South Africa gives you a platform where you can make a difference and have a voice. Where now, you know, your voice won't be heard, but when on this platform, people will know you,
Amplifies
and
it.
it will amplify it. And things that I really care about is I want to stand up against abuse against children, women, and animals. The whole spectrum. I feel it's just all wrong. And I feel, you know,
You
want
want
to build
you want
onto
to
that.
stand up for the defenseless. I
Yes,
hear
the
you.
defenseless, but so to make sure that, you know, somebody looks out for them, somebody cares for them. There's someone out there that can hear. So I also want to be approachable. So by the
Wow.
community, say we have a problem, we have a situation. How can I help? And you know, so I have a passion for that, and you know, also saying how can we help with the education of our youth? Because in the end, there's one thing to say they shouldn't be abused, but it's also another thing to say how do we equip them? How
Sure.
do we make sure our future generations are leaders of tomorrow? They've got great jobs. They're happy. You know, so
They are
you,
good citizens.
exactly. You'll be happy if you're not being abused, but you'll also be happy if you've got a good education and a nice job. So let's work on the full spectrum of things.
That's true. It sure makes a difference. And tell us a little bit more, Waldo, about
yeah.
your journey to be here.
Well, you know, to in addition to Tian's what he said, I think each and every one of us, all the contestants, we entered to make some sort of contribution to our community or the people around us. And I think the only thing that's different is our approach and how we approach it. Like speaking for myself, I entered because I stand for equality, because I believe each and every South African needs equal or
Opportunities.
yes, equal opportunities. And that's basically why I entered, because I have this passion for people and I just want to make this contribution to and for South Africans, you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
100%.
Ntsikelelo, tell me something. You entering this year,
Yes.
you know, what did it take? You know, was it something that you always wanted to do, or did you, like, let's say for example 2 years ago start thinking about it, or was it like 6 months ago, or you know, like what? Just tell us your journey into getting involved with the actual pageant. I mean, you know, it's something that we think about all the time, but me personally, I'd be too scared.
Yes. First of all, thank you for the question. I always wanted to do this, but it started back in 2015 while I was still in high school. I did enter for a few pageants. Mr. Cape, because at the time I'm from Cape Town, by the way. I used to live in Cape Town.
I'm from Cape Town as well. Where in Cape Town are you from?
Khayelitsha, so I just came to Joburg because of school. So I did enter for 3 pageants. First of all, it was Mr. Valentine's, 2015.
How
In Cape Town.
romantic.
And then there I managed to get into top 2. And then from 2016 I entered for Mr. Dream Fighter Cape Town 2016. And then there I managed to get into top 10. And then last year I entered for Mr. Hope Cape Town 2017. But because of family emergencies and everything, so I had to pull out. So this year I had an opportunity to do. When I saw the Mr. South Africa, that okay, they are looking for people. If you want to enter to be on a pageant or anything, you can enter. And then I didn't like ask or do anything. I just went straight. I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
And what is the end game for you? We've heard from Waldo and Tian's, you know, what their passions are. What are you hoping to use this? Let's say you win, for instance. What will that enable you to do?
First of all, I'm a filmmaker.
Wow.
I want to use the skills that I have to uplift young people. I'm also a young person, but also I want to, when I go on top, I want to go on top with the young people. There are a lot of them that are out there. There's a lot of talent that South Africa is having, or Africa. So I feel like we have a lot of stories to tell, which is I want to, and the young people can also tell those stories if we bring them on board. So I want to use this platform that I have to bring those young people on board.
Would
and
you
help
act
them.
or you just produce? You're the content producer.
I'm an editor, I'm a film editor, I'm an actor, and I'm a model.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Have you done any movies before?
At school we already shot 4 movies now. This is
Oh,
the first
you're
one.
studying for?
Yeah, I'm studying film, which is a 1-year course. So we already shot 4 films, which is even yesterday I was on set the whole night. So I just came back in the morning, just went to refresh, and then I came this side. So, which is the life I chose, not to sleep, because when you sleep, it depends how many hours. If I sleep 7 hours, and then
They say that sleep is the cousin of death.
yes. So I'm putting the effort to bring the best out of me and other people that are out there, because I'm with other young people which are doing amazing, which is part of what I want to do,
to be part of the collective.
That's what I want to do. South Africa is rich in stories, so why not to tell?
And talking about that, like, you know, it's really also what's fascinating about it is to see like a group of like young men come together as a collective to do something. And I think a country needs a lot more of that, a lot more role models, a lot more people coming together to because there's a lot of work out there, and I don't think as individuals we can do it. It takes a group of us to pull our efforts together.
Yes, most definitely.
And obviously I'm familiar with the work that you do, with your passion for young people out there, to uplift, not only to uplift those around you, but to uplift everybody that you come across.
Yes.
So a platform like this, how do you guys think you can use as a collective, you know, to send a message, to change some minds? You said something earlier that Prince, that you like to change minds, and I think that's very important, that we all rise up and just wake up and but I mean, I think you guys have a unique contribution, because I feel that as a woman, half the time we don't get to hear a pure male perspective on certain things.
So, as Mr. South Africa, as a brand, we need to understand what Mr. South Africa stands for. Mr. South Africa is about men in general, and we all men. So, example, I'm a single father. Insika is a young person. The difference in our age, he's now 24, I'm at 39, and we have almost a 10-year difference between us. But what I can learn from him being a young person in this brotherhood of men allows us, and it allows Tians in us, to learn about different things about each other. In that, we support each other.
Wow.
So, when you talk of a male voice, we are now talking of one male voice. Here's a couple of males that are standing together and putting out one voice to say, look here, we have arrived, and we Mr. South Africa contestants.
Yes.
We've got jobs, normal jobs that every other person has. And I mean, example, take Tians for instance. He's an actuary. Waldo's a financial planner. I'm a CEO of my own company, and I'm busy studying at the moment. Nsika's busy studying. He's a filmmaker, he's a producer. So.
Wow.
Forget the fashion and beauty side of it.
Sure.
Just our core skills allows us to do things that very few people can do, and young men need to look at that. And I go back to where we were last week when we spoke about our people should stop looking at getting big degrees and start working with their head. Insika, Waldo, Tians, myself are perfect examples of that.
So how did it go down at work when you told them you were entering Mr. South Africa as an actuary?
No, it was it was very nice support from work. You know,
really?
I even asked my boss if I can come today to do this interview, and he said,
thank you,
"Yeah,
I feel
sure."
so
And I must
honoured.
let him know how it goes and everything. So I feel my company and working for. My company, I don't want to necessarily do advertising, but maybe I'll just throw a little bit in there. Working for Bidvest is
Nice.
it's a very big company with lots of companies intertwined.
Sure.
So and I feel like I got support from all these various companies, and it feels so
Nice.
nice to be part of a bigger family. It actually expands the family, and you know, for me, it would also be nice to, you know, as being a Mr. South Africa contestant, to be to basically bring everybody in this business together, just from, you know, them all knowing me and bringing things together. So yeah, and just to like add on to Ashraf's point, is to say, this is very different to typical pageants. Mr. South Africa is not just a pageant.
Sure.
A pageant in the past is the most beautiful one gets there. You just show up on the day. If you're pretty enough and you walk on the ramp, you win. This is more of saying we want to have real people, real men stand together, bring all their differences from race and background and diversity together,
Nice.
because together we can be a strong unit, and we want to basically market the brand of Mr. South Africa out into South Africa to say we can stand together as men, we can solve problems together as men. You know, in the end, we want to be ambassadors for our country as a collective, and we want to we're actually thinking about we're busy making our t-shirts.
Stunning.
And we want to wear these t-shirts, and we want to go to park runs, and we want to do things and be, you know, visible and create an awareness. So
And
that, you know,
accessible. Somebody said something also
Yes,
earlier about access.
Yes, we want to be accessible. We
I
want
like
people to-
that.
We want people to come and they say, listen, we have this problem, we have that problem, what do you think? And we want to be able to talk and say, do you want to attend this thing? Do you want to come help us here? Yes, let me say, let's grab the 10 guys and let's go and let's go to SPCA, let's go to Bethany House and help little kids or anything. Let's just like, and that's how we're here today. Ashraf helped us. He said, come guys, let's do something together. Let's
Amazing.
Now tell me, Waldo,
Yes.
when you think of pageants, there's that thing of beauty, I think, and a lot of competitiveness, and I thought maybe you guys might not talk to one another. And you guys have, seriously, and you've mentioned, you keep mentioning the words brotherhood.
Yes.
How has the brotherhood affected you? And was it a surprise that it would be brotherhood?
camaraderie.
Because I thought, how
Everyone
these
for themselves.
contestants get, when you watch on the movies of Miss USA or whatever it is, people not talking to one another, people hating one another. But I love the fact that there's a positive vibe and there's a brotherhood going on. And how have you reacted
You
to
know
that
what?
brotherhood?
Strange enough, this is exactly what I, had in mind when I entered.
Okay.
I knew that we are going to support each other, and I think that is what actually makes us stronger. And as a group, we can move forward. And I think, trying to make a change by yourself is not always that easy.
Yep.
But as soon as you do it in a group with the same vision, and as I said, now you either want to make some sort of positive contribution to the community. As soon as you have the same vision, it's so much easier to do that in a group. And especially when you have this amazing bond between each other.
Yes, pulling all the skill sets
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Like people have this misconception or maybe this idea that they only think of the end game when it comes to like this kind of a pageant. What they don't realize is that it's actually a journey.
Yes.
It's not just you getting there on the day, like you said, and then somebody's chosen as a winner. You guys can do so much, to get there. Even by the time you get to the end of the process and there's one winner, but you guys have traveled this journey, you guys have achieved so much, and that doesn't change. And I think even beyond the pageant, even if you're not you've seen even in competitions like Idols, that it's not necessarily the winner will have the most lucrative career or will have the most impact. It just depends on how you use the platform. And for me, what has been I've worked with competitions like Top Model, I've been a judge on a couple of pageants. For me, what was the biggest surprise and the blessing, I'd like to hear what you guys have have found out, was how pageants also helped people to develop as individuals. Because you guys you're here now, so your interviewing skills get better, your communication skills. You often have to raise funds, things that people, like you're saying, people think pageants are about prancing around, but there's so much more that you come out with at the end. So for me, all those things were just such a surprise. Like the communication skills, I'd meet like guys who are young and even girls, and you're like, my God, you can converse, you can hold a conversation. You are also worldly. That's another thing, because you're out there, you have come out of your shells, out of your comfort zones. So what's that been like as a person? As a person, have you grown in the pageant?
I have to say I have grown, and my one motive was actually the journey rather than just winning Mrs. South
the
Africa.
destination.
Because
Journey
I
and
knew
contacts, I suppose.
getting contacts, learning more about yourself, because we have challenges every month. We have monthly challenges, and that puts you so out of your comfort zone. And I believe out of your comfort zone is exactly where you grow.
True.
Yeah. And just to add on to that, so ultimately these type of pageants and things, and pageants in general, are really good things. A lot of men look at those type of things and they think, no, only certain types of men should do pageants. But actually, it's actually pageants is something that allows you to be the best version of yourself. To look at your posture, to look at your self-confidence, to look at the way you dress, to look at how self-confident can you be when approached with a question and a situation. So that actually makes us the better versions of ourselves, or the best versions of ourselves. And we should all strive to be there. And then to 100% agree with Valdo. Thank you. To 100% agree with Valdo is, and that's why Mr. South Africa is such a great competition. It's not a pageant, it's not a one-day event. Like, next week is the pageant, you go there, you either win or lose, but it's over. This is something that the final of Mr. South Africa is only in March 2019. Which means this is a journey. We are, and so if we're in this for the long haul. We're in this up until March. And up to that point, we can say, no, let's just sit back and wait for March, or we can say, no, let's make the most of this journey. Let's stand together. Let's grow. Let's create awareness. Let's give Miss South Africa a competition and say like, here's the make way for Mr. South Africa. Here we come. You know, so let's enjoy this journey. Like, make connections, like Dante says. So yeah.
And just to add on that, I feel like as men, we need to change the mindset of saying this is for women or it's just for certain men. This is not for certain men. It's something that you can use, like you mentioned, that maybe in back in the days, it was about beauty or anything, but now it's no longer about beauty or anything. All the things people just see good. Okay, you want a car, you want man, you want everything. That's good, but there's a lot behind the scene that is happening before we see.
And that's why we're so grateful that you guys are here. To show that journey, like you say, that it's really a journey, and before you get there, there's so much you can achieve.
Yes.
All right, guys. To all our listeners, please stay on lock. My producer's giving me dirty looks. We need to go pay the rent. We'll be back straight off the break. Keep it on lock and don't move. We're coming back.
Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Yeah. Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.bstownmedia.co.za.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Waldo Oberholzer, I'm 26 years old and I'm from Johannesburg. And I'm currently working as a financial researcher at the University of Johannesburg. And in addition to that, I'm also a PhD student where I focus on the financial development in South Africa and how it pulls through to inequality in financial inequality. And that actually brings me back to what I stand for and why I entered Mr. South Africa. And I think I can speak for most of the guys that entered Mr. South Africa, and that is that we entered either to make a contribution towards the community or even to make some sort of positive influence on other people. And as for myself, I stand for equality, and I think because I believe each and everyone in South Africa deserve equal opportunities and equal rights, or at least to be treated equally. And to end it off, I'd like to challenge everyone that we should rather see our differences as an opportunity, or see our differences as something that unites us rather than something that makes us different from each other. Thank you.
This is what you missed on The Social Show.
My first question then is, where are these hubs of economic development? Which township do I find a hub of economic development? If the focus is really capacitating the disadvantaged, why must I climb onto 3-4 taxis to get to a certain area? A certain area has got about 6 to even 20 of these, right? Coming from Alexander or Tembisa. So you then find that there is a township economy, but the people that are living within this township economy, that are starting businesses in this township economy, are not full participants of this township economy.
For more, go to www.brandlife.co.za.
Hello everyone, my name is Nzigelo Ruganga and I'm a filmmaker. So the reason why I'm here today is to explain or tell people why am I here today. I entered for Mr. South Africa because I feel like we need to make changes in the society. We need to help the young people that are out there, because there are so many talented people that need help in our community. That if you go to a place where you live, and then maybe you see maybe 5 families and you ask why you don't have a job or anything, they will tell you, I've been trying, I have degrees, I have everything. So which is why it's part of the reason why I entered for Mr. South Africa. I want to help young people. I want to also go up there with them. Let's be together everywhere we go. I believe that we can make anything possible with helping one another. And as for me, I feel that's the strong point, because young people they are the future of the country. So if we leave them behind, it means that we are leaving the future behind. So let's not forget about young people. Let's lift them, let's bring them on board and help them. That's another reason I entered for Mr. South Africa. And for me,
this is what you missed on brandlive.co.za.
We're broadcasting live in one of the boxes at 27 boxes.
Hey, can I ask you something there? Can you please tell me, like, do you think like the post 90s, like, did they really fully integrate, you know?
Sure.
Since we're talking about integrating today, though.
But you do what? Civil engineering?
Civil engineering, yeah.
Okay, and how's that going for you?
It's okay.
So
it's
a whole
fine.
lot of studying?
School, it's a lot of studying.
And banking school, a lot of banking school.
I don't bunk school. Like, I just don't go to school when they tell us not to go.
Lies, Bona. I've seen this with my eyes. Lies.
Someone was saying, I'm sure there's 10 soapies now happening same time.
I'm gonna say something, right? That might That might sound like I'm shading or hating or whatever. There's lots of work for actors right now, but lots of actors aren't working. Lots of people are acting.
Ooh. Insightful conversations.
Hi South Africa, my name is Mr. Ashraf Ismail. I am the young CEO of Adrian South Africa, Marketing Director of Handel Street Upholsterers and owner of Cup of Socks South Africa. I entered the Mr. South Africa to empower my country, lead by example and ensure my people, the people of South Africa, especially young people, get an opportunity to earn a good honest living. I'm also here to inspire you, to tell you that anything can be done as long as you put your mind to it. You know, I stand for, and one of our brands, Adrian. At Adrian, we love all women. That means all women of all shapes and sizes and colors in South Africa and Africa are very near and dear to my heart. The reason for this is that being involved in the fashion industry, I've learned to meet a lot of young ladies whom are up and coming designers and whom are trying, as well as men whom are trying to make an honest living. This inspired me. And this inspired me to join Mr. South Africa in putting out an inspiring message in ensuring our people, the people of South Africa, come together as a nation. My challenge to South Africa is, despite all the difficulties we experience and all the things we face, there is an opportunity to make a way, and God will give us that opportunity.
It's the official Major World Online Stew Invasion.
Bars on bars.
What about me right now? It's about our guest, Buffett is keep on. I'm out to Matalele, Buffett. I'm a play in the studio, Buffett, skip on. Oh, freestyle. Shenge freestyle. Fano kuma no wa Andy.
Hey yo Andy. Hashtag.
I think it's a lot of beat, dog. No good.
Young niggas ambition, waking up is working for money. Changing their past, feeding their fams, malang lali. We keep it running like SPV, exchanging money.
Nice. Hey. Call them unexpected experts. White sweatshirt.
Hey.
Looking down on these niggas, my damn neck hurts. You can go ahead, homie, give me your best work. I bet you take your phone out and mumble up your first words.
Live from 27 boxes in the heart of Melville, this is brandlive.co.za.
Alright, back on attack with the fashion blueprint. We've got our young gentleman here from the Mr. South African pageant. And, we're just talking about the pageant, what a wonderful brotherhood it is. And what a wonderful experience it is just to grow and share ideas, because as men, we need to, there's so much focus on women's rights and, the abuses and atrocities that are happening to them, which we do respect. But I think, as men, when we start to bond together and start talking to one another, that's when we'll find our solutions to all our problems, basically.
It's true. And on that note, it's always good to hear men's perspective because we women find it easy to talk and express ourselves. And that's why it's such a great opportunity to hear it from you guys. With the platform that you guys have and the voice that you have and the even bigger voice that you have as a group, how do you think, what message do you have, firstly, to young men out there who are navigating their way in the world? What would you like to share with them? And beyond that, to South Africa in general, how do you think you can, how can you change our minds?
Okay, so
I know you're a shapeshifter, a paradigm shifter.
Yep, and so basically what I would say to the young men is always be true to yourself, act with integrity, and be an example to anybody else around you. So be honest. You know, honesty is one of the biggest things. So that's the one thing I would want to say to every man. And, you know, if you feel like you want to do modeling, you know, and you want to do this type of thing like pageants, go for it. Don't be... feel like you're judged by the people around you. Rather stand up, say, I can be the best version of myself, and I want to be the best version of myself, and go for it. Yes. So that's what I would say to the young men. And to South Africa, you know, I want South Africa to know that we are here as a brotherhood of men. We are here for South Africa, for the people of South Africa. We want to say we are with you. We are against abuse against kids. We are against abuse against women and against abuse against animals. We are here to say, what else bothers you, South Africa? Bring it to us. Let us be your voice. Let us stand together. Let us collect all our skills and all our connections and all our abilities, and let's help solve problems that relate to these type of things to ultimately have a better future for all the youth in our country and have a better future therefore for South Africa. So yeah, South Africa, get behind us, follow us on Facebook, follow us everywhere.
Yes.
You know,
we need the support, South Africa.
Yes, we need support.
I think you will get a lot of support after this, because what you guys have shared has really moved me. And I think it's things that people, and I think a lot of people out there can relate. Next time they see a Mr. SA pageant and a contestant, they will listen, because they know what you guys stand for. And we must really thank you for coming out to share it. Do you know what I mean? And so where do we catch you, Waldo? Where to from here?
Well, you can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, basically all the social media platforms. Yeah.
And any live appearances coming up?
Tomorrow we'll be at Bespoken in Sandton, and
guys,
like
Sandton,
everyone, yes, everyone, please show up.
I will definitely pop in. I'm around there.
You said Bespoken.
Bespoken, man, yeah.
What is your Facebook handle and yours, guys, and Instagram?
Mine is Waldo Oberholzer, and that is for my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah, and mine is Tiens Prensler, same thing. So also for Instagram and Facebook.
Excellent. And please continue. Tell us your message to young men out there.
So tell us your message and send a message to people.
Shout out.
now.
I will add to something that you mentioned before about young men going out there for any pageant that is around. I feel like it must not be Mr. South Africa only, because it's not the only pageant that is out there. So where we live in our community, there are pageants that are happening there. You can start there. That's where people will see that you have passion of this thing. That's where other people, like for myself, if today I feel like I want to go to Soweto, maybe for a pageant and I see that there's someone that is so passionate about something, maybe I can take that person and put him under my wing so that we will grow together.
Mentorship.
Yes, that's.
Do you have any young kids that you mentor in your life? Have you
currently not? I don't have, but I have a mentor myself.
Oh, really? Tell us about that.
Well, it's a very great friend of mine that actually she helped me a lot with what is my vision and
craft your vision.
Yes, and I think the important thing is what I could learn from her and to pull that through and be able to give that to other young people.
You know, thanks for bringing up the thing of mentorship. You cannot underestimate the role of mentorship.
No, we can't.
You know, in every field, because, you know, one of the things I believe in is that whatever it is that you're trying to do, chances are there is somebody out there who's tried to do it.
Yes.
Find them and learn from them, and that really saves you a lot of time and stress. True. I mean, even in business, when we wanted to start a brand in of luxury African wear, because there weren't that many, so we could think of one or two people who were like in that kind of business. We went and spoke to them and said, "What do you think?"
Yeah.
And we've had mentors since, and I think it's like so important to learn by example. And what you guys are doing as a collective is really that, and that is why it's so important that your voice gets louder and more visible. I loved what you said about the t-shirts, because this is a fashion show. We're all about fashion. So that really excited me, because I also believe in the power of a t-shirt. People sometimes think it's cliche, but a t-shirt, you want to send a message out there, put it on a t-shirt. So we look forward to talking to you guys about your t-shirts. If you need ideas or any help, we're here, and we think go for it. Go for the t-shirt idea. Loved it.
All right, guys. As you know, when you have fun, the time just disappears. Really wanted to say thank you for all of you for coming in here. This was a proper eye-opener. I think, pageants, like Tsigalala was saying, it's something that all of us can actually get involved in. It's not just for particular type of people. And I liked what you said, Prince, when you said it helps you to become the best version of what you can possibly be. So it's not only Mr. South Africa. Think of your local community. As a young man, when you're coming out of school, you're not sure what you want to do. I think a pageant is something to get involved in. It starts to give direction,
give skills,
and So that is a wrap from the Fashion Blueprint. Anything else that you guys want to say?
In closing, we just want to send a shout out to two of our teammates that haven't been able to get here, Kevin here, Reuters, and Sunil, Sunny, Osman. As well as come and catch us tomorrow at Bespoken Man in Sandton next to the Gautrain station. Come and meet us. Come and talk to us. South Africa, come out. Come see us. Come talk to us.
We'll see you guys there tomorrow. Guys, next week, Fashion Blueprint. And in the words of Richard Quest, he says that whatever that is that you're doing, make sure that it is profitable.
Thank you, guys.
Live from 27 Boxes in the heart of Melville, this is brandlive.co.za.